Hi, I'm Mike Trafton from Bluefish Development Group, and Alfresco just released the latest version of the Alfresco platform, which is Alfresco Enterprise 3.4. So I thought it would be neat if I just showed you some of the cool new features in 3.4. Let's just jump right in. So here I am in Alfresco Share, and Alfresco Share is the Alfresco collaboration and document management user interface. And when I log in, I see my dashboard. So here you can see the sites that I have access to, the activities that are all going on in all these sites. You can see calendar entries, events that are coming up in the sites I'm in, and you can also see documents I favorited. So there's a lot of stuff going on this dashboard that's just bubbling up information from all the sites I have access to. Now, if you're familiar with an earlier version of Alfresco, then right away you may have noticed that they've updated the header of the application. And what they've done is they've tightened it up, they've made it take up less real estate, they've made some drop downs so they can put more stuff in the header, and they've made it extensible so that you or a development partner can actually extend the header to insert your own menu items into the menu. So the header contains your dashboard, a list of sites that you have access to, people that you can search the repository for. It's got the repository browser button. Over here on the right there is a More menu that has all the advanced features of Alfresco Share. You can see which workflows you've started, you can see your tasks that are assigned to you. It's also got all the advanced features or the administrative features, creating groups, creating users, managing replication jobs, which is also brand new in 3.4. And then you'll notice I kind of glossed over it, but here there is a menu called indexing. This is a new menu item that Bluefish has inserted into the header via Alfresco's extension points, and this particular menu item gives you access to our scanning and indexing module. So the main takeaway here is that if you are developing customizations to Alfresco, you can easily insert them into the menu. Now they've also changed the right-hand side of the menu. What you'll see is there's a new drop-down next to your name, and this lets you log out, change your password, view your profile, things like that. But it also lets you update your status, your user status inside Alfresco. So here you can see my current status says I'm approving documents, but I'm going to update this status and make it say that I'm recording a video. And when I share that, now other people who see me in Alfresco can see my status. Let me show you where that appears. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into one of my sites, and now you see the site dashboard. And if you look at the site colleagues dashlet, here you'll see my avatar and the new status recording a video. You can also see the statuses of other people in this site. And this status appears in anytime someone is searching for a user. So the next interesting feature that Alfresco has is in this release is workflow. So to start a workflow, I'm going to go into my document library in this site. I'm going to find a document. I'm going to launch it on a workflow. So I think I have a document in a folder here. So let's take this partnership request document. And to start it on a workflow, I'm going to pull down from the More Actions menu, and I'm going to select Start Workflow. Now this brings up a brand new screen in Alfresco 3.4. And what it's asking me to do is select a workflow. Now from the list is a list of out-of-the-box workflows, plus you can create your own. But I'm going to select Review and Approve. Now this brings up a special dialog just for this workflow, and it's got the various fields I need to fill out for this specific workflow. And different workflows will have different dialogues depending on the number of approvers or the number of steps and things like that. So in this case, I'm going to say, please review this document. I can pick a due date for it. Let's make it due yesterday because I'm really in a hurry. We'll make it high priority. Then I can select a reviewer. So I'm going to find from this user picker, I'll pick Lisa. And then as I scroll down, you'll see the document has been automatically added to the workflow, and I'll click Start Workflow to initiate it. Now what's happened under the covers is this document has been added to an advanced workflow and routed to Lisa. And if I click on the details of the document, this is pretty cool. I just want to show you what this looks like. You may have seen this is the details page for any given document. You can see metadata here at the top. But if I scroll down, you'll see that this document is now on a workflow, and it tells me what workflow it's on. If I select this workflow, I can see all the details of that workflow. So scrolling down, you can sort of see when it was started, the status, and down at the very bottom you see that its current task has been routed to Lisa Hill. It's not started yet. If I want to, I can select this, I can edit this task, and I'm going to reassign it to someone else. How about Lauren? And so I'll select Lauren. Now this task has been reassigned to her. So from within Alfresco Share, you have a rich user interface for manipulating these workflows, starting them, reassigning them, etc. And if I go up to my More menu, I can pull down and get a list of all the workflows that I've started, and I can filter them based on when they're due. So if I want to see only the documents that are overdue, let's say, or all the documents that have been started in the last 7 days, the documents that are high priority, etc. So as I can filter this list even by the type of workflow that I've started down here at the bottom. So let's log out as me and log in as Lauren. So let's log in as Lauren and see what she sees when she goes to approve the workflow. So Lauren gets her dashboard, and if I scroll down a little bit, you'll see the there's a dashlet for all of her tasks assigned to her. And here's the document that I just sent to her. It's giving me an exclamation mark because it says it was due yesterday, so it's overdue. And if she selects this in her little dashlet, then she gets kind of an inbox task screen. She can scroll down. She can say, okay, I haven't started this task yet, but hey, I'm going to put it in progress. If she wants to, she can select the document to bring it up in the details page. She could check it in, check it out, review it, do anything she needs to this document. If she wants to get back to her tasks, there's another option. She can just pull down My Tasks, showing only the ones that are overdue. She can get back to the task, and she can give it a comment, I like it, and she can approve it. Now she has no overdue tasks left. Now I've logged back in as me, and I'm in my dashboard, and the last thing I want to show you is the new search capabilities in Alfresco Share. Now in Share, you've always been able to go up into this upper right hand corner and issue a search, kind of like a Google-like search. Here I'm just going to issue a search for the word business. And you've always gotten back this kind of result with all the documents that contain the word business, either in the title of the document or the body content, the text of the document. Now there's something new that you're going to be really excited about is now I can sort my search results. So I can sort based on, let's say, the size of the document. And so that's brand new in Alfresco Share. There's also paginated results, so I can see the first 50 sites or first 50 documents on the first page, and then I see the remaining documents on the next page. Another thing that's great is the advanced search. So I'm going to go select the advanced search option in the upper right hand corner, and now you get a form that I can use to fill out and constrain my search results. So I'm going to search here for all the documents that contain the word business, but I'm going to say only the PDF documents. And when I issue my search, now I get back only 28 results that are all PDF documents rather than the 72 mixed documents before. And what's really neat is if I go back to the advanced search, there's not just one search form, but there's a pick list, and I can have multiple different search forms defined. In fact, I've created a custom search form for partnership requests, which is a custom type of document I have in my little system here. And here I have created a custom form that lets me search. Let's say I'm not even going to do a keyword search. I just want to find all the partnerships requests from December 24th to January 24th, and if I click search, then I get back just those documents. What's neat is you can create as many forms as you want, so you can define custom sort of search forms for different types of users or different types of documents. It's very powerful. That's what I wanted to share with you about what's new in Alfresco Share. So to recap, we had a new header, the user status, the advanced search, and advanced workflow. Now there are a handful of things in Alfresco 3.4 that you can't really see in Share in the user interface. These are what I call enterprise features. These are things that large enterprises care more about than small businesses. The first is distributed replication. So 3.4 contains the ability to have a read-only replica of your content. You can replicate content from one Alfresco repository to another one. Let's say it's in an overseas office, and that way if your wide area network goes down, folks in your overseas office can still get access to those documents. And this replication is two-way, so you can have some documents overseas that get replicated back to corporate, and some documents in corporate that get replicated over to overseas. The next feature is support for content addressable storage through a protocol called XAM, which is Extensible Access Method or something like that. And this lets, if you have an EMC Centera box or something like that, you can connect that up with Alfresco. The next thing on the list is they've improved the way they extract metadata from files. When you put a file into Alfresco, Alfresco's now integrated the Apache Tika library, which understands a lot of different file formats and can go into, say, a Microsoft Word file and pull out all the properties, the title, the author, things like that. It can go into a JPEG and it can pull out the resolution and what kind of camera you were using and things like that. Alfresco in 3.4 has created a professional set of language packs. Prior to this release, all the language packs were translated by members of the community, and Alfresco's gone out and actually hired professional translators to translate the user interface into French, Italian, German, Spanish, and Japanese so that you can use Alfresco in these other languages, and you're getting a sort of a top-notch quality translation. All right. Last thing on the list is the Lib Portlet. This lets Alfresco Share be embedded into a portal through a standards-compliant portlet. Works on LifeRay and other standards-compliant portal servers. Okay, that's what I wanted to share. Feel free to contact me if you got any questions about 3.4. Here's my contact info. Otherwise, talk to you soon.